Hello, everyone. My name is Stanley St. Rose, and today we're going to be talking about No Name Woman, written by Maxine Kingston. Now, before I go into summary analysis of this work, please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and/or comment so that the channel can continue to grow. Now, in this work, we're talking about Kingston's family, what happened in her family. There's a specific type of shame that this essay covers that kind of haunts the family. The essay kind of begins with Kingston's mother telling her about her aunt. The aunt pretty much has no name because of the fact that she had a child out of wedlock. So basically, we're taken to the past, and we're told the story of this aunt. So Kingston's father, he had brothers and this one sister, and this one sister becomes the no-name woman. And what happens is, in this village that they all come from, this village is pretty much everybody knows each other, and pretty much everybody is related, and everybody is close, and everybody just follows the traditions and the cultural norms. And when you break out of those cultural norms, you can be severely punished. And so this aunt, she is punished within the work because she becomes pregnant from a man who is not her husband, because her husband goes off to find a better life, to make money. He leaves China, and he's supposed to come back, but he doesn't come back. And in the years that he doesn't come back, this aunt just falls pregnant. And so when the village pretty much gets aware of this quickly, and they start to plan their punishment for her. Now, the thing that's really sad about this work is that the aunt has no option, or she had no option. It's just assumed that maybe she was working in the field, or maybe she was out working, and some man in the village approached her and just forced her to have sex. And the thing is, like, she had no power, because in China, men hold a lot of the power. They control women. This is especially true when it comes to husbands and wives. The way that it's described in Kingston's essay is that the husbands pretty much tell their wives what to do, and so pretty much the aunt might have been in the field, or just working out somewhere, or just working somewhere, and some man comes along and just forces her to sleep with him. And the thing is, he's gonna threaten her. He's gonna tell her that if she tells anyone, that he's gonna kill her, because he has all the power. He can turn people against her, and that's exactly what he does. Because eventually, after they meet up a couple times, a child comes into the picture, the aunt gets pregnant, and the whole village is aware of this. People try to ignore it for as long as they can. They try to say it's not real. They try to say she's not really pregnant, but she is. And the night where she's about to have the baby, or the night where the pregnancy is due, the entire village, it's even said that the man that got her pregnant orchestrated this raid on their house. And so all the people of the village, men, women, they all come. They throw rocks at the house. They throw mud. They slaughter off the animals. It becomes like very horrific and bloody. This raid on their house, it just looks demonic, because people are cutting the necks of chickens, and just slaughtering chickens, slaughtering farm animals, killing crops, ruining crops. Just killing everything in sight, destroying the house. The Kingston family house, or the family that Kingston comes from. They're just destroying everything, ruining everything, and they come in. They crush and destroy bowls and family heirlooms, and they just do all of this. The village is very mad, because they feel like that, because of the fact that she's having a kid out of wedlock, that's bringing shame on the village, that's bringing pretty much bad luck to the village and to the whole community. And so they hate her. They throw shame on the family. They hate them, and they pretty much have to pay the price. And so all of this happens, and it's not just the village, because of the fact that the family, they make her into a no-name woman, because they try not to, they forget her name, they forget who she is, they don't talk about her, they don't remember her. It's just shame, shame, shame. This is what you did. And it's really sad, because the aunt, she had no power in this situation. She was pretty much raped, and now everybody hates her over something she had no power against. And so the aunt, eventually, she has the baby, and then she commits suicide. She just throw herself into a well, and so it just ends badly. The kid has no future, the mother has no future, so they, dead. That's just pretty much how their story ends, and everybody forgets them. Everybody forgets that they existed. Everybody forgets that they were alive, and it's just a blot of shame on the family record that everybody tries to forget. And so in the essay, we see Kingston. She explains this to us. She explains the culture of China to us, and the culture of her family to us, and what they went through, and how even her, even she even tells us, even she is punishing her aunt because she doesn't even know her aunt's real name, because she's a no-name woman. It's pretty much like she never was born. She never existed. She's not part of the family. They pretty much just blot her out of the family records. They all figured about her, and Kingston's mother even tells her not to talk about this with her father, because he's going to get angry, he's going to get mad, because he doesn't want to remember his sister. He wants nothing to do with her and the shame that she put on the family. And so it's this pretty much this punishment that lasts forever on this aunt. She's a no-name woman in her village when she was alive. She's a no-name woman when she died. And even though Kingston tries to think about her and tries to remember her, she's still in this perpetual state of punishment that she's pretty much never getting out of. So this read says a lot about Chinese culture and how difficult it is for both men and women, but more so for women, because you have no power. Men control their wives. If you get raped and you get pregnant, it's your fault when you're a woman, and there's nothing you can do about it. And that child you have, it's pretty much shame on your family, shame on your village. No one will ever love you. No one will ever look at you the same way, because think about it. It's their friends, it's their family members that literally raided their house, killed their chickens, throw blood on their walls, throw rocks at their house, break windows, throw mud everywhere, just destroyed everything, and then went their separate ways. They even stole a few stuff and went home with them. So very sad story. It just really shows you what goes on in China. But also, in terms of analysis, in terms of a deeper meaning, you also see Kingston just trying to figure out her family roots within this essay and trying to make sense of her life in America and her past, and how to pretty much amalgamate her culture, her Chinese culture, and her American culture, and try to understand her family a little bit better and how she fits into all of it, because she literally has to follow Chinese culture in her life. She's not forced to do it because she's a Chinese American, but at the same time, she wants to understand her past a little bit better. And, she doesn't want to ask her mom and her father about her aunt, because it's an area of shame for them. But at the same time, she's a part of that punishment. By not knowing her own aunt's name, and by not she acknowledges her, and she goes against her mother's wishes by writing this essay, because her mother tells her at the beginning of the essay not to share this with anybody. And Kingston is a famous writer. She's well known, and she writes about this aunt, and now everybody knows about this shame and what happened in China several decades ago. And so she kind of, I guess, helps remember the aunt and helps society know of her aunt, but still, she's still a no-name woman, because we don't know her name. We don't know who she was and her as an individual, because she's just known as this woman who had sex out of her marriage with somebody that's not her husband, and it wasn't her choice. She was pretty much she was raped, and she's shamed by everybody for it. Interesting essay. That's pretty much the summary and what goes on in it. There's always more to a story. There's always more to an essay. But that's pretty much the base of this essay and what's going on in it. That's my summary. That's my analysis. Please, again, remember to like, subscribe, comment, help the channel grow. And I will see you guys in my next video.